Hi, I'm Kelly Norton, the owner of the Arizona Living Group. Today we're in Sienna Hills, and if it's your first time to the channel, I'm the owner of the Arizona Living Group and an associate broker here at eXp Realty.
And I'm Tammy Nixon. I'm the relocation specialist here at the Arizona Living Group.
And if you are new to the channel, I'd like to let you know that we are both Valley natives.
Yes.
And I've been selling real estate here for 23 plus years. Our team has over 35 years of experience, and we help people that look to relocate to or within the Phoenix and surrounding areas. But enough about that boring stuff. Guys, we are in Sienna Hills. This is one of the most beautiful mountain communities, and today we're going to give you an update. We're going to show you what it's starting to really formulate as with all these beautiful homes, gorgeous mountain views, and it is elevated. There's a little bit of a breeze. So stay tuned for the video. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Kelly Norton, your AZ Realty lady at eXp Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate. So as you can see, Sienna Hills is tucked into beautiful mountains. These are actually the White Tank foothills that you have behind, and you're getting a full piece of the mountain in this community. So there's a couple different elevations here. You have the mountain view elevation here in the ridge at Sienna Hills. You also have where you have an elevated vantage point where you can see the highway in the distance, you can see the Estrella Mountains in the distance, and it's a more of an elevated, kind of what some people would call a city view, although you're not facing the city, you're facing another section of Buckeye. So where is Sienna Hills? Well, we are in Buckeye, Arizona, and if you have seen videos on Verrado or Victory at Verrado, this is the same area.
Yes, you would just take the I-10 and get off on Verrado.
Yep.
And we're right off of McDowell is where this community is located.
Yeah, so we are just to the north of the I-10 interstate, and this is all tucked into these White Tank foothills. It's absolutely beautiful over here. Now, this community, this portion in Sienna Hills is called the Ridge at Sienna Hills, and this is built by William Ryan Homes, and at completion, they're gonna have 227 homes in this section. But Sienna Hills as a whole, if you've seen any of the other videos that we've put out on Sienna Hills, there's a couple other builders that were out here several years ago, but this is the only new construction that you can get out in Sienna Hills. They're 20% or so finished out here.
So here in this community, you have two collections to choose from, and depending on which collection you choose from, your lot will either have a interior lot, a mountain view, or it'll have like a city view.
Absolutely, and the square footage that you're looking at out here for these new construction homes would be 1456 as the smallest floor plan, going all the way up to 3549 square foot. I want to talk to you really quick about one concern that a lot of our clients have with mountain properties out in Arizona. So that concern is flooding. So we're going to show you some footage of some of the really expansive drainage that they
throughout this community.
Yeah. And when they were first building this, if you watched any of our videos that we were doing when they very first started to do the construction, that was the very first thing that they did out here was get all of the land ready to handle the water that's coming off of these White Tank foothills. So they have underground storm drains, and it's really quite expansive. And a lot of the houses, they were going to make sure that the water is going away from the houses and down the hill. And so there is no flood insurance required in this community, but you're always welcome to get flood insurance, and it's not too expensive. I just had somebody just opt to get it. a few months ago in a totally different area called Desert Hills, and that was only about 20 or so dollars. Yeah, I think that's for Rick. Yeah, it was only about $20 or so. So it just kind of depends on how expensive your home is, and we can definitely help you get a quote for that if it's something that is important to you, but it is not required, which is very important.
Yes.
So another thing that I want to share with you is right here where we are on this upper mountainside of the ridge at Sienna Hills, there are multi-million-dollar custom homes that back right to the community here. So there's a gated section with, again, multi-million-dollar homes that sit on very large mountainside lots.
Yes.
So not bad to have that in your backyard. So I want to give you a little bit of information about the homes themselves that you can build out here. So they have several models to walk through. They have a lot of different floor plans. Remember, 1456 square feet to 3549 square feet. And their price range out here is $430,900 to $630,900. Now this is base price. So remember, you have to take that base price, then you're gonna add in your like electrical upgrades. So let's say you wanna add some pendant lights and just bells and whistles to the house, plus your upgrades. So they're gonna be base included upgrades. And then if you wanna upgrade that granite to say quartz counters or get more elaborate on your countertops.
Or your gourmet kitchen.
Yes, or do maybe an ensuite bedroom versus just the bedroom, putting doors on, dens, stuff like that, that's gonna add up to your price. And these view lots can be pretty pricey as well. A lot of these are well over 100,000. So, you know, you definitely want to keep that in mind with your budget, that just because you're seeing that base price, it can be 100 to 200,000 more depending on the lot you get. It can even be closer to $300,000 more depending on the lot and the upgrades that you do. So we want you to just be budget conscious when you're looking at the numbers to kind of have a feel.
And don't forget that your real estate agent, Kelly or I, needs to be with
just
you.
Just us.
Needs to be with you on your very first visit to the community, to any community that is.
Yeah, to any new construction, to the models, even if you're just going in to grab a piece of paper, you'll see right on their front door that says your agent needs to be with you on your first visit. Yes.
Very important.
Absolutely. And professional service fees that are due by buyers now throughout the United States, no matter where you're buying, most new builders will pay for this as long as your real estate agent is with you on your first visit. So that's something you would not have to pay. And if you want to have a deeper conversation about that, feel free to give us a call. Of course, we're happy to help. And calling and texting is the best way to reach us. And don't forget, if you like the information we're providing, what do they do, Tammy?
Subscribe to the channel and click the little bell.
Absolutely. So one thing I want to talk about is a couple things you might not know about the area. So Luke Air Force Base is nearby. So you do have the jets that fly over. It's not as close as if you were in, say, Pebble Creek in Goodyear or in Litchfield Park area. We are, many, many miles away down the highway, but this is in their flight plane. And it is a training base, so they do have the jets out often. So you might be able to hear them in the background. It's not uncommon to have them flying over multiple times a day.
Yes.
We've been out here a couple hours and they've definitely flown over probably 4 or 5 times, but it's kind of quick. The noise is here and then it's gone, and it's not as loud when you're inside a home, but we just want to make sure that we point that out to you.
Occasionally you'll hear them at night if they're doing some night training or
Yes.
something like that, occasionally, but not very often, mostly during the day.
And their schedule is actually available online. If you guys need help navigating through that, finding that, let us know. We can definitely send that to you. Another thing I want to point out about the community, and because we are in a mountain area, if you're planning to put a pool in your backyard, you might have seen this on some of our other videos. But what does that mean, Tammy?
It means that you could potentially run into a hard dig when they are digging your pool, which is a little more time consuming and a little bit more the price for your dig.
Yes, exactly. So most pool builders will include your dig right into the cost of your pool. But if they have a hard dig, which means they're hitting basically granite rock once they hit a certain depth, and it depends on the cost of how quickly they hit that granite rock. So sometimes they'll hit it at 2 feet, sometimes they'll hit it at 4 feet. So it just depends on how much further in depth they have to go with that hard dig. as to what your cost would be. So I know in some of the communities, I'm seeing 5,000 to 15,000 additional in cost, and you can also shop that price as well. So if you're building a pool, and this is all stuff that we're going to give you guys guidance with if you choose us as your agents. So, but one great thing is you can shop that. A lot of the pool builders will make you think that, hey, this is what it is, and they won't give you a price until they start digging. I can tell you from just going through this myself and having a mountain in my backyard, I said, oh, no, no, no. I am not signing. Yes, I am not signing on the dotted line until someone comes out to my house, does a little test dig, and tells me how much that is. And so don't let these people kind of push you over. And that's kind of what you can expect with us in a home buying process as well. We know what is normal and what is not normal, and we're not going to let you get pushed around and kind of cornered by anyone, whether it be your contractors, your builders, your lenders, anyone like that. So we like to connect you with folks that are going to take great care of you.
So now this part, you just have me because Kelly had to do a little hair fix for her hair malfunction. So she's off to the side. But a lot of times what our buyers, clients, sellers, everybody's asking us about the different communities is like proximity to downtown Phoenix and the airport and all those things. So from this community at Sienna Hills, you're about 45 minutes to downtown Phoenix and probably about the same 45 minutes to the airport. Also here in this community, they are building right outside the community, they're building a new hospital. They have a lot of restaurants and shopping and all that in Main Street, Verrado, which is probably a 5 to 10 minute drive outside of this community. Starbucks is another really big one that everybody's very interested in having around their home. And about 5 minutes outside of the community, you'll hit a Starbucks. Probably 6-minute drive to Costco. And they have a Target. They have, like I said, Main Street Verrado has a lot of like really cool little restaurants and shops down there, and it's decorated really pretty for the holidays, for Christmas. It's very nice to kind of, a lot of people take their golf carts and they drive down there and have dinner or shop. So they are going to be putting in a mall that's going to be nearby this community in Verrado, Buckeye area. And they are trying to make it more like a Kierland Commons or a Desert Ridge kind of vibe. That's kind of what they're trying to do to make it look like that and have that around here in this area. A couple other little nuggets that we want to mention is the community pool here that is here. They also have like a little living room.
It's nice.
Where you can store like your food for the day when you're swimming. They also have like little water features for the kids to play at the pool. It's actually really, really nice.
It is. And one thing I want to mention, there's no gate in this community, so that's something to make note of. Also, I want to let you know there's usually a little breeze. Today it's a little bit over the top, but do expect to have a little bit of a breeze. I feel like it's just a tad cooler here in the summer, just a hair. Remember, you are elevated a bit up in the hill, and anytime that you have the mountains behind, a lot of times you're going to get kind of that stream of air that will come down. So guys, if you like what we've brought you today in beautiful The Ridge at Sienna Hills in Buckeye, Arizona, please feel free to reach out. You can go on our website and hit contact us, which is the ArizonaLivingGroup.com, or you can call or text. The information's on screen. If you want to look at the new homes, remember, like Tammy told you before, we do need to be with you on your first visit.
Very important, your very first visit.
Absolutely. So again, I'm Kelly Norton.
And I'm Tammy Nixon.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. And until we meet again, thanks so much.
Have a good day.
Bye.